talking to him on the phone, you see him, you'll be like, yeah, that's what I expected.
I pretty much have a good idea.
He's a really nice guy, a little nerdy guy, just the way you expect to. But he understands the whole, what we have broke down, the parts are coming. Hopefully they'll be fixed next week. We just want Steve to take pictures after we get everything back up and running on the clarifier. But then we explained to him, Kester will be working with us to get that RBC fixed ASAP. So
Is the man from Custer coming out to meet with us?
I have to talk to him because he wanted to leave.
City way or something?
He lives out further east. Yes. But,
So refresh my memory, what happened with the last one?
so he sat down with us, with Brian Sabita from One Health, and we agreed that they were going to eat so much of the cost to help the village, as long as the village was in agreement that we were going to pay that. At that time, I'm not sure how much it could be. It would be around that 60,000 to.
Well, first we spoke with Matt Brooks, and Matt looked at the contract, and because it was out past the warranty date, Matt said, we don't have a leg to stand on, because it broke down 18 months, 2 years after the warranty.
Right. I mean, regardless, they shouldn't be breaking this soon. And what I don't want to, and Jada, talking with Jada too, is, and I totally agree with her, that we probably should try to go after them, because to have 2 break down in 3 years and something that should last 30 years is a little ridiculous. But I don't want to have a relationship break down between the village of Kester when we work together to get the first one fixed. But and how much are we going to spend to sue them to fix it? Or are we just going to be better off to pay the 60 again to get it fixed, to be it back up compliant with the DEC? I mean, that's good, something for us to lay out to look at. So, I mean, if Kester's going to be in agreement to do the same thing that they did last.
Can we go direct with that or source code?
These, John Deere is OGS based. Yeah, and their state landscaping growth contracts.
Why don't we get Sheldon to know what part? And we get Ridgeway to know State Street part. And Gulf Street, that would be part of it. What other parts we got?
Larry, wait a second, don't you have a nice big mower around here?
I heard mine out. If I had to pull all that, I hired my own. But Ridgeway wants to come in with trouble. We'll get a shorty of 3% apart. Yes.
So I was,
Just have him do the dog park. So he's already there.
you haven't done anything.
Did we ever do that? Did we ever look at pricing out?
Yes.
Okay. Jason, did we ever look at pricing out hiring that,
The parks?
yeah, that, instead of, you look at how much it costs us for a man to, because basically it's one guy, right, doing all of it.
Well, one guy in the summer. Yes.
Do we ever, figure out how much it would be? Like a guy like Shorty to mow those. You don't think so?
No, because it's just.
I was just thinking the same.
Yeah.
Shelby had that problem when they tried.
Well, last year, we had one guy come in and just mow it, right? Were we thinking of doing that again?
I wanted to bring that up. Because one thing I forgot to do in my point ones was I had not really complaints because I don't get too many complaints from the baseball league, but I actually forgot I was thinking about adding a third summer help just to take care of the ball fields at once because they got neglected. And like I said, I don't get too much complaints from Loyal, but I know that they weren't in the best of shape.
And they just switched over the people who were in charge of Loyal now. So whereas you had people like Chris Boyette and his son were working on fields on their own time, they stepped away from it. So I've been approached by Loyal for two different people. How could you
I mean, it's not just village residents who's that. Put an extra guy on, the village time. That, I mean, there's been kids in Chelsea and Bridgewood, it's village, kids that we serve for us.
And it's kids, and then you have the women's league plays there too. So from May until beginning of July.
But it is,
No, into August, the women's league.
it's a whole 1,413 service, not just village taxpayers. So everybody's got a nice ball field for all of you.
How many ball fields do we do? Just that one or
Just we have some three main ones.
And then we have the little one at Gulf Street, but that's for T-ball.
How about Pine Street? Is that, we maintain that?
No.
No. We just mow.
Right, and then there's no infield. The only ones that have an infield play and everything is bunch.
And it has to have everything dropped off. And I don't know, do we usually supply that, or is Loyal been getting the
The bill for the clay, we go get it and send the bill for it.
Okay. And then they have been spreading it, but now they don't have any.
Right, because I think John is tracking. Jeremy Bensley was maintaining it a lot the last 2 years. But I don't know if his kids have reached out or not. But there's been a couple of years the guys have volunteered and have been doing it because the kids were in the league.
I know the county used to have the community service. Well, even on weekends, they have, I think they still have a county community service program. People help out in the sheriff's office.
But there again, it's just another thing for me to do.
Yeah. So in our budget, so do we get reimbursed for that? 1,500 for the topsoil and clay for the parks?
Well, we budget for it, whether we use it or not.
Okay.
Most of the time, the past, probably since I've been in charge, we've probably only got one load of clay a year, and I would just call Chris Goyette, and he'd just send the bill to Loyal, and then he would take care of it. So, it probably needs a lot more than one right now. We actually had somebody that was going to take care of it all year long, like we would get ready in the spring. Take the excavator over there, skim all the grass out of the clay and stuff. And then just have somebody keep adding to it, so.
You have something in mind for develop fields? Did you have something?
I don't.
Do it?
If we could advertise if somebody was interested, that'd be great. If somebody was interested in taking care of it for, maybe even if a retired guy wanted to do it for a couple hours a week or something like that.
So it wouldn't have to be 20 hours a week.
Probably
for
not,
someone.
not for somebody to do the infields, I wouldn't think, no.
So add $20 an hour, 2 hours.
10 hours a week,
So,
and see if that's enough. It may not be, may take a couple, they take 3 hours one day, they don't want to take an hour. Yes, we get it. Or maybe you just wanted to do all 10 hours a day. Wouldn't matter to me. We did 10. If we were just gonna do 10 hours,
and that's just to work fields, not
just
to
to do
mow.
all fields. Well, we do have an infield mower to mow the infield. If we wanted to do that too long.
That would be good, because then they have a sense of,
Right.
like, I know when. the
So
Boy
if you're,
Scouts were doing it.
if you're raking clay out, you're not gonna blow the grass clippings into the clay.
For what, like 8 weeks, 9 weeks?
Oh, they probably could start, when do they usually start practicing? Next month, right, probably?
First week of May.
Oh, yeah, so May, we could go May to,
So 8
Oh,
weeks,
yeah.
May to the end of June.
you might as well wait for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
if
do.
they're gonna maintain them all summer, you might as well go to August, at
Okay.
least,
So
end of
May
August.
1st to August 31st.
16 weeks.
John, does that sound about right, what they would need for those
Yeah.
fields? Like, I know
2
here,
hours a day is plenty of time to line it. With that clay, it probably doesn't puddle over very much.
I had no idea you were.
I've been trying to look at him, tell him, you know, he can go home, because he's been at practice with JVs, but couldn't catch his eye. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 weeks.
We were thinking 16 was gonna be, what did you say,
16.
3,200?
And what equipment do they use? Yeah, you have a different mower over there?
Yes.
We have an old, Johnny, do we keep it over there?
So,
Sorry.
no, not so we borrowed, when we start, we borrowed the school's infield machine, which works really good. Then we have a drag over there as well, to tow behind that mower to drag the clay too, so. All that is there.
A lot of money. It's overdue for like a whole new everything. I mean, not just the water billing,
Just the wires, the whole those.
the general ledger system and the whole nine. I mean, even when I was there, we did not take the upgrade that KDS offered in other, other municipalities took advantage of the upgrade and we did not. So we're still using, what do they call it? It's the standard. Yes, we're still using standard. And we're only like, there's like maybe, yes, there's only like 2 other municipalities.
They still support it.
And they will support it.
Is there the support for it because it's so legacy support?
No, I mean, it's all included in your fee.
like I said, it's going up a little bit this year, so around 14,000. If you go with the upgrade, and it's going up 40,000 here for the program.
So what's the 145,000?
The 145 is to transition us, and that would, we would have one person assigned to the village, and we would work on transferring all our data to the upgraded system.
What do neighboring municipalities use?
I was just looking at, about that. Do you use for your water? Oh, for water, we still use Wix. Okay, but we use QuickBooks for the general account. I think, for Texas to use.
For online pay?
No, for the
Oh.
accounting.
Okay, so I mean like online pay, like what does everyone else use?
You're talking about water bill then? Is that what you're
They
referring to?
use Wix for like water billing,
For the bill?
but I don't know about your
Yeah.
receipts.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, if I understand correctly, technology we're using.
Oh,
But it's, if you take your payables that you have, your bills, if you're paying them directly to your computer, it's filed to the bank, and the bank then
Right.
distributes your money. So if any software, if any accounting software has that. So it's not a specific, it's not a specific software that does it, each accounting.
Each account has
Software.
But what
that.
you're asking about is the customer facing on, like, online bill
Yes.
pay for water.
Yes.
I think you guys are talking about different things. Like, we,
Oh, you're not talking about paying your bills, you're talking about receiving?
yes, we're talking about residents paying, well, Marguerite's talking about residents paying bills.
So I'm way off the discussion. Like I thought we were talking about online bill pay.
So the online, I'm sorry. The online bill pay portion of Springbrook, which is everything that we do in the office, is the part that we're having trouble integrating into the system because it's old. And that's why we're having trouble. So I believe the 145,000 you're saying, just say if I'm wrong, because this is the first time we're having this conversation, but the 145,000 is for a whole new, it's a whole new upgrade to every module we have, for general receipts, the whole thing. It's for everything, water, sewer, tax collection, budget, all of it.
And will also allow us to integrate the online bill.
It will be less.
So we could divide that by 3 different accounts, general, water and sewer. So it's not we're not taking one big hit to one account. So which really we wouldn't feel it as bad.
I just needed to negotiate because I tried.
Are they gonna end the life where we're at? Or, even though they support it, I mean, are they just gonna end the life, there's a couple customers with it?
I mean, they haven't said, I'm sure at some point, but, I'm like, look, we're slumming, like, we've been with you 25 years, and this is really the best you could do for us, and I'm using billable dollars to get the online thing. No.
After the 145, then it's 30,000 a year after that, just to make it versus 14. So it's gonna be worth checking around.
So we should, and see what other people are using and how much it would be to switch up.
Well, and Dan already is getting iWorks through, I think that's Williamson Law, so
Let's
that
check
is
it
someone
out.
that I wanted to contact. It's just, when this came up, and I've been going back and forth with, my representative at Springbrook, trying to get them to lower it, and, it took him a few weeks to get back to me. He said he was sharpening his pencil, he was gonna, look into lowering it for us, and $7,000. So,
I have to check with the iWalk.
I think that's what I need, because I was very disappointed. I'm like, okay, where's the negotiation? So.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I would just warn you, just be careful, Williamson Law does not work the way Katie, might not work the way Katie does. We had a problem. You can only move everything over once and a month if it's not in time information. So it's got some drawbacks to it. You're certainly welcome, I'm sure, to talk to somebody there or pressure will have to go. Can I ask one question? I'm sorry. Does the 30,000 include upgrades or is it just support?
No, it's both. Every time there's upgrades, yeah. And I take that back. I mean, they do like, you know, I think there are some upgrades, but, and you do all that, download all our tax tables for us, and there are some things that they do. But yeah, I don't know, that's just, it's a big hit to the budget.
What's it do for our workload? Does it really cut down on hours? Just as far as, you know, what we have to do physically, manually work?
I mean, I don't think the system we have is very user friendly. It's very specific. So if you're looking up an address, it has to be specific to the individual and how they typed it in the system originally. So if they didn't type out the word avenue, and you type in it's not going to populate. It's very specific when it comes to apartments. It gives you a list. It just takes you a few more seconds to really find the one you want.
Okay. We'll look into that some more. Anything else for 83, Karen?
Just for future reference, not necessarily related to Jason, I'm sorry. But it looks like you moved how the trustees are paid. What's the new layout?
I did, only because I was like, I do read the audits online. There was one audit I read where it looked like there was concern over a lot of the trustees.
Not in general.
What's that?
Not enough in general, yeah, it's on it too. So how do you have us, like, do you know offhand which accounts you have us now?
I believe I had it right here. One trustee's in water, there's one in sewer, and then I put, let's see.
The rest of us are in board of trustees, yeah.
I kind of, when I read that, I kind of wanted to rework it a little bit.
Yep. I didn't know if you clarified that.
8320 is source and supply.
That one I also did. Looking at this year, and then the annual team benefits. So you have to pay us every
It's going up 20 cents first of the year.
Yep. We're gonna see another increase in January.
What did you put in for, or have we considered what we're putting in for revenue? For the what?
That's on the page. It's on there. I haven't put it down.
Oh, on the revenue. Okay, yeah, I got you. Okay,
I have a line for that.
okay, thank you.
I see it down here, water faucet, 23%. How are you doing with that?
Found a major one today. Over on Capitol. And just so happened that I think I found the money. Let's get that tomorrow. The Patron, it's the up to the shelf. Start listening. Shelby over there correlating stuff. Correlates but that one on Catherine is major.
Is that how you found them through the meters, or did somebody report pressure to solve
The one on Catherine was a sewer problem over North Academy. We went to run the sewer and popped the manhole, and there is a bunch of water rushing to the manhole.
It's a good clue.
Yeah, so that one was luck there. So,
But because, like, was that fairly new then, or wouldn't that be something that
well,
would like pop on
the
Brett's reports?
no. The Catherine Street was in the last report from ground penetrating radar for leak detection was a minor leak on the hydrant. This was a little bit more. I'm assuming that it was a small leak last year when they did the leak detection, and then after this winter, they got it to be a leak. So,
And this wouldn't pop up on Brett because it's
No.
before the meter?
correct.
Okay.
The only thing that we kind of monitor is our Bates Road incoming meter down at McDonald's. The two main meter pits in the village. And Haley usually texts me, Bates Road's really high. And, because usually they'll alternate, because if one gets high, one will drop. But Bates Road's been high, McDonald's stays the same. Okay. Are we good with 8320? I just want to give a heads up that I'm putting in for, is my third one not in here? Didn't I put a?
And that's why it's
So much.
Sorry, it's got to.
Oh, yeah. So, Steve has announced to me that he is going to retire in 4 years. So it's probably going to take close to that long for Billy to have enough time as a class 2 operator in order to go for his class 3 chief operator of the plant when Steve's ready to retire. My thought is if we get a third guy down there now, because another guy's gonna have a year of seat time at the plant in order to get the class 2 license that Billy has right now to be the second operator at the plant. So that's my thought of getting a third guy down there to start the ball rolling for the next regime when Steve is ready to go.
You get some term in mind?
I do. One guy has already expressed interest on going down versus interest in going down. In doing the training and potentially be the next assistant, which would give me another spot. And I also put it. Did I go with the plant one for the other any with that? Didn't. Well, regardless, if I take a guy out of uptown to go down there, and then I'll have an MEO spot.
So this is like a
Yes.
4-year,
But I would still fill it with an MEO. Because I have 2 MEO spots.
He's the only labor.
Correct. And then when it never happens,
so this be like a 4-year training period for someone?
yes.
So,
Because it takes a year, he's got to have a year of seat time working in the plant before he can even ever start his education to take the classes to be able to take the operator's test.
so I'm gonna ask a stupid question. So you
Not
can't just
stupid.
hire somebody to come in and do that particular job instead of paying somebody for 4 years, just go out and hire somebody that we have those,
I have to bid it for the union, I have to bid that position.
that's all you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the operators are the same.
Yeah, your whole
Is it-
department.
Okay, but you, instead of, I guess my thought is instead of training somebody for 4 years, you just go out and you hire
There's
someone.
luck.
It's done.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually maybe stupid, but I don't know.
No,
Good
it's a
question.
good question.
Very good.
But we went through this with Billy too. And actually, probably all the way back to Brent. I think that's the reason why Steve's is where he is, because he worked for VRI and whoever else, and then Camden Group, and he was. So that's kind of my thinking. It not saying that we couldn't advertise for class 2 wastewater treatment plant operator and you see what you got, but they could probably go a lot of other places, make a lot more money than we're starting out as well. So, but if I got a guy that's interested, if I got a guy that's interested in going down there, probably, he probably should jump on it.
Their dream is to.
Well, apparently when,
Where they got.
there was a kid over on, but, yeah.
That's what I wanna do.
And that's just what I'm looking at, is towards the future. If we don't do it this year, it's definitely gotta be done. Next,
We think about raising rates.
I know.
Well, if we're off a week over there, and like I'm looking at here, yeah.
and then we're looking at, Billy wants to, look at modernizing some of the reporting down there. Steve's still chiseling the stone out. Compared to what Billy wants to do. Yeah, because when Billy went for his classes and stuff, when he was going for his, everybody in the class couldn't believe that Steve was still doing things the way that he was as far as reporting and stuff like that. Where Billy, everybody was saying that they were doing all their information, putting all their readings and everything on a tablet. So that's what Billy's kind of looking to do, is kind of modernize a little bit, as we're going to work towards modernizing, phasing Steve to retirement. So, that's what for the Steve has his computer, but Billy doesn't have it. As we transition, hopefully we can do all of that. They have all both devices.
How many guys you got at the postal retirement in your DPW?
Depending on when the guys go, Brad's probably only got a year or so if he's gonna go with 55 and 20. Ben can't go. He won't be 55 for another 3 years before the same age. Correct. But I don't think that.
Gotta be close.
So yeah, he's gotta be close. And then John be the next longest there, but he's 4 years, he's not even 50 yet, so he's got, if he's gonna go at 55, he's got a ways to go. He may go
So
early
you're
before.
retiring 20 and 55?
You can be vested at 10.
Right, like a full retirement is 20 and 55 is what you're telling me.
I don't think so.
I know.
I think it's 30.
It's 30 for full.
Smooth the goal, please.
So, in all, those three guys, that, Brad, Ben, and John all have more years than I do. So it'll be at least a few years before they start losing the core of the experience. Me and Steve went over some of this. As you can see, I got real nervous when like I said earlier, National Grid on this one, when it went from 9,000 to 15,000 in a month. That's why I doubled that to 200,000. But like Deb said, it went back down to 8,000 this past bill. So why it jumped so much, I have no idea. But that really made me nervous. We went up on the polymer and some of the other chemicals, probably with ferric, and he had some other. The screw press, there needs some PM on it. The service on the UV has stayed, they locked in for the same for that for a few years. The wet testing will be starting in 27, so we did budget for that last year. This probably budgeted for this coming budget. and just have the rest of the ceiling tiles, the painting for the floor and everything got done. We ran out, so we're still budgeted for the ceiling tiles. We're finished. All the interior stuff up down there.
So we haven't had a meeting with Brian to do the specifically for what else, the other things that we're gonna have to do here recently. So are there other things that, because I know we didn't cover everything.
No, and I talked to Adam Rush, who was working on that whole thing. And he said we don't want to get too much, because obviously the more that we're going to want to do, the more our portion is going to be if it's not. Obviously, whatever the percentage of the grant is going to be is going to cost us. So we didn't want it to get too blown out of proportion to where it was going to cost us more than what. It's a matter of needs and wants as well. There are definitely a lot of needs, and there are some wants.
So do we need to put some additional money in our reserve for potential matching grant? Because we're going to have to do cybersecurity,
Right.
if we get a grant for that. But that wouldn't happen this year, right?
It should.
Cash flow up. You have to look at your raising your rates.
Right, that's what I'm getting at.
And yeah, because like you talked about at the start, this is 60,000 for the RDC.
That's half.
That's our half. If that's what we were gonna negotiate again with Kester. And we're not gonna know until Kester gets it. So we just made whatever we made, I think. Water. They don't pay the.
Yeah.
We're gonna take
Take it right on our plans.
We'll give them a straight nine. Little extra.
So, yeah, down to the .41s, we got a little bit extra in there too for, the gate opener. Billy is a quarter of the size of Steve and he can't open the gate or close the gate because it's so heavy and outweighs him so much. So Billy struggles with opening the gate down there. So we're putting in a gate opener in the budget and a new overhead door on the back, roll-up door that freezes up every winter, and it's a pain in the butt for him. It needs replaced bad. So that's the 4 ones there. Just bumped up the ferric. We do have some more. The drive that's down on the clarifiers now, once the clarifier that's down, the drive that went was 40 years old. So once we get the parts and get the one that's down fixed, getting the parts coming for the other one because they're both the same age. So we're going to replace that. That's what the equipment repairs is added up. That bumped up for. Double that.
How did we do my books? How did we know?
We were the closest they knew we were the closest sewer system to Helena, so he must have found me on the village website or something.
You could enter into some sort of contract.
Well, this ain't gonna last forever.
Well, I know that's not, but I was thinking.
The problem is, it's not gonna be, this is just, like you said, runoff water. Not many people do that. They're gonna want us to take wastewater, can't take wastewater.
Right.
We don't have the digester space for waste to take extra waste. So that's my last one, right? Yes.
Gee, already? Can we work on Jada's on Friday after, or do you want to keep going on with her tonight?
Might go pretty quick. That's up to you guys.
You're done with that. I'm done.
Go.
I'm late for dinner. I just texted me, said, dinner's ready, so that's fun.
Must be something good.
Tell me about it.
You wait till Friday.
This though, you didn't write any of this down. You got it
Right here, Dad.
I feel like we gave you lots to do.
Linda was showing me the budget they have. That would be, those chairs would be really good. What are you doing your budget?
Oh, where we do our workshops.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That was really nice. These chairs were, these are digging in. Oh, no.
A lot of card games, cities. All right. Good night, y'all.
See ya.
Oh, this is all right.
I knew I must have something in my car. It's there. Jellybeans. I carry things all the time. Pass them around.
There's like tidbit passing down.
Just a little sugar.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
Jada.
thought maybe they were just thinking somebody different out there, negotiating you.
Well, there was a number two that neither of them.
Nobody was helpful, huh?
We could start with 1320. All right, the only thing I really did drop the rules. Has been less. Yeah, but we are going to require tonight a single audit done. investigative funds, and that cost is. That's gonna have to be done. And some of this is in water and sewer.
That's just as much as the annual one?
Well, there's some in water and sewer.
Oh. Okay.
And then 13.5. I've been using my oversight sheet. It's pretty close to last year, but I rated hours. You won't need those this year, along with the phone install. So I think that's a pretty good number based on it, backing up that 2,000. And I looked at my oversight sheet. Yeah. The only thing I did increase was the TDS. The annual fee, if you don't do the upgrade, that goes up 18% this year.
Which, what would go up 18%, the 2,500, or a different line?
Well, right now I have it split between general water and sewer,
Mm-hmm.
so I think it's around.
But like, is that the line you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
so that would go up 18%.
That's why there's an increase in 2,500.
So 18% if we don't do the upgrade, and 4,000 if we do. Well, 18% on top of 2,500.
No, this is just our annual fee is going up 18%.
Oh, I thought you said if we don't do the upgrade.
Right, if we don't do the upgrade.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yep. I'm hoping online bill pay will be up and running, that's why I added that 400. It's $100 minimum a month, based on our users, we won't go over that $100.
What's that, that's for the big water.
Put it online. Yep.
Doesn't have to be helpful enough. Don't have to help you in the office, not.
So we take a lot of calls right now.
I think a lot of people will. Once it's available.
You can pay your credit card. You can pay your credit card. Or numbers, so you just give me your numbers.
Right. But it still takes a
Fine,
person.
do that. That's just.
Any questions on that?
Nope.
Your budget is just your legal notices, that's 1340. 1355. That's to have our tax bills printed through Orleans County. That's just the standard paper postage.
We goes up.
Yes. In law, I did bump up a few notice of claims that we received, so I did bump up our deductible from 20 to 30,000. $14.50. This is a discussion about possibly moving the election. I didn't know if we wanted to separate election for that, so I did that. There is
When you
legislation.
say you budgeted for that, by that you mean like a referendum election?
Yes. There is legislation where the minimum would be, the election inspectors $300. So I did,
Wait, I'm sorry, can we go back to the other election?
yes.
Is there any positive to not having it be or is there any upside to having that be a special election? The whole idea of moving it is to increase turnout, and a special election tends to have decreased turnout, so having, and it wouldn't change anything as far as like anybody's terms. But no term extensions or reductions would take place, call for that referendum mid-year instead of just not proposing it until you could get down to it.
I mean, I wasn't really sure, I mean, last year was a lot of discussion about, having maybe a referendum election. I put it in there, you can take it out.
If we're thinking about doing it for something else, then I could leave it, but if it was specifically to the election, it would be all down.
That was just one thing. I was just thinking about two other conversations.
Okay, yeah, just like, all right, yeah, I don't think anybody would want to have a special election to decide something that, yeah, that would, nothing would be different if we did it at the actual election, maybe it would be so fine. But if we want to leave it in there because we're anticipating a referendum for something else, like, that would be useful. I think it would be totally, unless somebody knows something I don't know, I think it would be very wonderful for us to hold a special election, find out if anybody wants to move an election that we wouldn't be able to move that right.
So do you want to take that out?
Well, it sounds like that's
Or are you thinking of referendum for something different, a different election?
I mean, it's up to you, I mean, I was just basing off kind of.
What is the board thinking? You think there'll be a referendum?
I mean, we can leave it for now. I just wanted to make sure we weren't trying to put $1,200. If I get a chance to save that, I'd like to. If there's something to use for, we can always revisit it when we come back.
Something new this year I did was, through my account, there's a webinar. Election inspectors, and I think it's important that they sit through that annually. It's a 2-hour one, so that's gonna be 8 hours. Under election.
14th.
Does anyone else feel that we should start running the machine and having the ballots and having them put through a machine instead of hand? Like, it just seems
Can we at
so.
least know what the price is?
It's around 5,000.
How much?
Around 5,000. To rent the machine, and then you have to print your own, you have to print special ballots.
Would you need less
Is that all?
inspectors?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think the rule is you have to have as many ballots printed as your registered voters, so you would have to print 36 of the ballots.
Right.
Sure.
And that's on
Now,
top of the 5,000.
No, I'm ballparking it, but,
Yeah, but I mean, some additional charges for that on top.
how much
Machines
early
like
voting?
2,000 or 2,500.
In early voting, they print on demand. So I'm not sure if we,
You're right.
yeah, so if we could have a printer, print on demand. I mean, I feel like we're busy enough to justify not having folks count by hand, but I don't know that we're busy enough to print. I would love to have to print enough ballots for everybody to vote, but I think it'd be wasteful right now. But if we could print on demand, that, was that 5,000 or all in figure for you?
She's
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you contact
yeah, that's it. Yes, so I think it's not cost effective to get 200 people. And usually that's our trend, and in an election on an off year where you don't have a hearing, without the expertise, we get maybe 60 voters. So I mean, that hardly seems. What's that? He did, he was the exception.
when
And I'm
you're,
probably wrong again, like, I think there's going to be, I'm hoping there will continue to be village interest.
I mean, I'm just going off trends. For the 17 years I've been here, I mean, you can probably test it. It's. Yeah, and even when you ran, the first time, I mean, how many voters then? There was 300 was, I mean, that's like, yes, it was not.
so,
Not even a mayor. Sometimes brings people out.
so would we need as many election inspectors if we had a machine? Because they do your books and everything for you. Like, we pay, by the hour. From what I understand, if you get the machine through the county, they take care of your books for you, they get everything ready for your election for you, and then they're available to you all day long during your election, in case you have any problems. That's what I've always heard.
Like,
Like,
I think you have to weigh it, you're paying $1,200.
Yeah, rather than speculate, can you get some figures?
That's good.
I think you still have two people here doing what the girls do with books.
Yeah.
So I don't think you save anything on labor.
I think
So
that's a pretty
except
safe
for the-
budget. You said that's about what you budget.
Yeah.
Nobody, you would know it.
They have ballots already printed out when it's all. Yeah, the ballots are all printed out.
And did they get enough ballots there for the whole town to vote?
I believe so, yes.
So
Because
then-
we always have a lot.
In case there was an error, you didn't have to. Right. I don't know why they stick to it. I can.
good
And then if
research.
you print- you can print them out. That's what I'm saying. If you could just do that, that'd be, that's what that.
Yeah, because it's only one site, like, if they can't do it for 10 towns, but if they could do it for one
On site.
location, it works with them. And, I also wonder if, because we're one site and they're not trying to split and manage, if they may be able to offer a different price to the village, because, not that the county's over generous, but,
The school has a printer machine, I think.
yeah.
When they do the votes at the school, the last time I went. I think they-
You're absolutely right, I think they do. Oh, I don't remember. I forgot,
I
that's a
think
one.
they have one machine and one printer. But I could be right.
I forgot they use commissions. Because that's a great example, because that's one site for the election rather than.
Who knows that? Jane Cooper, no, Julie Cooper.
Yeah, they obviously get much more of a turnout, they have a much wider base, but I wonder if that would give us a better idea.
I don't know.
Just a question here.
Yeah.
16/20/14. 44. The only thing I really didn't consider was the National Grid and my city.
We doubled.
I mean, I'm over already at account.
What?
Yeah.
All right, are we ready to move down to 425?
Oh, yes, 45.
Oh, go ahead.
Right, so we've been talking a little bit about in the office about making the neighborhood different. I've been to municipalities and when your customers are able to come in to a certain point, it's a little more secure. And that's something we've been discussing, maybe, having the customer come in so far and all of us are like behind,
Take out the counter.
spread the
Have that.
out.
Yeah, and then the girls can spread out.
There's a lot of wasted space in
Yeah,
there.
it's too
A
much
whole
wasted
lot.
space.
It's all lobby.
It's a bank.
Yeah, you have more lobby than you do workspace.
And I did talk to Jason about it, he kind of looked at things, and he thought that would be a fair figure to kind of do things a little bit different. We talked about for years, if someone did come in, there is no exit point for any of the girls. It's definitely something that the police chief has talked about with us, kind of like a security thing as well. Maybe,
Can we put in the sewer?
Did we,
He's like, he's falling right into the trap. All right,
when you talked about all that stuff with Jason, there's a different flooring. And in front, is that factored for that price as well, or are you gonna have like behind the counter where it's like carpeted and then in front where it's
no,
like
that's
that?
all for you, say for you.
It is?
No, it's carpeted behind the thing.
No. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, it is coming.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's there, so.
No, but there's that one strip, right, there's the one strip that's what I was thinking of behind the counter.
No.
That's the flooring.
Sure, but then once you remove that counter, there's going to be a visible flooring change. Is that factored into the budget, or are you just comfortable having an odd mid-room transition? I'm not trying to spend more money, I'm trying to just.
There are tiles left over, there's some carpet tiles that we could get in. I'm not sure about the floor tiles.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we consider everything before we make a decision. I'm not trying to encourage your aesthetic to change.
No, that I didn't consider, it was just more the, you know, how we would change it up. Because we're doing little changes as well. The painting has been a great improvement. 1910, I did talk to Gallagher. That is the projection for this year. That's split between general water and sewer. And that's moving our new renewal will start in June. Or I'm sorry, in June. So we've got some service.
Did they come in?
What's that?
Did they come in, or did they talk on the phone?
No, I just sent an email, I asked Chris, we haven't really started the renewal process yet, but I asked for budget purposes if he could give me a projection on what that would be. We haven't even started the process yet. 1990. I left contingency the same. Um, 40-20. Which is right there. And that's pretty standard, it's what we pay general code. And then just like these supplies and postage.
And then the other was still email. So everyone has to kind of digest.
Yes, because we did talk to Dan about possibly having Kelly go over a couple days a week and work with him. We kind of went over today some of the things he's going to be facing this year. You know, the New York forward projects can be kicking off. We discussed each area. He's looking at sidewalks. They're going to be looking at that. We discussed a fee schedule that he wants to change and update our fee schedule. He wants to update forms. And he's hoping he can have some. Kelly is already familiar with that. She's been working with this for quite some time. She knows a lot of things. It's going to be at the board discussion. We did not hear 2 days.
So last year, budget time, we wanted Dan to move to clerk's office. This year, budget time, we let it work To move to Dan's office? That helpful?
I don't know. So, from what I read, that you bring somebody else, did you ever have part-time to fill Haley's spot?
Yes,
Or Haley?
yes, and I did, concerns about seeing that I guess.
Well, Haley would only have, Hallie, she would only be 16 hours, right? Is that right?
Oh, I thought you meant going forward, but you mean that's what Dan's requesting. Yeah.
So that would be the other half.
Does it have a real name for something? I don't know.
I think that's,
I mean, I don't.
I think it would help tremendously, to be honest. I think once you get to what's on his plate, I think it would help tremendously. That was something. All of the day to day. That's for sure not doing it.
well, there's,
Well, I didn't say that it wasn't. I just don't know. I don't know.
There's a lot of stuff. Holy like Mondays. Right.
Did they him out on the streets more and look at some of the problems that we had? Were we able to address them? He said,
and there were, I mean, years ago, there was a clerk over there for DPW and for codes. When she retired, she was not replaced for some reasons. And so then it was decided that no one was probably needed. So now, there is a need over there for the.
well, I mean, having somebody for 2 days, have to give them more time to do what it has to do.
Right, he does need more time. He has so much paperwork on his own. Scott and I have discussed this at length because I think he needs more longer days to be able to get his work done, to do his paperwork in the morning and then to get out. And so we've just been talking about maybe some 10-hour days for him, and 4 10-hour days, so that we can get all of his work done and be paying Hallie helping. Hallie.
Is that it? Where is that? The reports?
So, certain seasons within the district, but then they needed to have testing every year. anyway. So we do have to notify those people that they have someone, have that testing done. Like, there's a whole list of certain, they know, Hallie has all that, she can kind of sort of choose
Notice that we.
That
I
person
have
was,
a problem. I have a mental problem.
So
It's very difficult.
that's a good call. Hey,
No, hot,
hey.
hot, hot.
that.
I'm just like, hey, how you doing?
It's